boys and girls. Welcome to our Grade 5 Social Studies. I am Mistress Parvati Kanai. Our topic today is drugs. We are going to learn reasons why persons use drugs, how to prevent or stop the use of drug. This lesson will be the conclusion of the series of drugs that we are doing. What was learned in the last lesson? Can you remember? Let's recap them. Legal drugs are also called medicine. Medicines are harmful if we overdose. Some legal drugs that are sold over the counter are harmful. The difference between legal and illegal drugs. Homework. Did you do your homework? Here is mine. 2 drugs that are legal but harmful are alcohol and cigarettes. If a person overdoses, he or she may become sick or die. An overdose is when you take more than the prescribed amount. The person can also behave strangely and harm others. Today, we are going to learn the reasons people use drugs. People become involved in drugs for different reasons. Sometimes persons become involved when they think it is fun, glamorous, and exciting. They just use it because they want to have fun. They think it's glamorous. People will admire them for doing that, and they think that their life will become exciting. Okay? They also use it to rebel or go against society, especially their parents or teachers. When I say rebel, I meant that sometimes if your teacher or your parents give you an instruction, you just want to go against their rule. You don't want to do what they're asking you to do, although they would give you explanation why you need to do it. You want to rebel. You don't want to follow the norms. You don't want to follow instructions, nor do what is right. So you just say, I don't have time with them. I am going to do as I please. So you rebel against society, especially their parents and teachers. They think that it makes them feel better. They want to do what their friends do. Now, sometimes they may see their friends using it and think, oh, they're having fun. I want to have fun too. And they don't know that if they do it, they're going to damage themselves. They do not know how to say no to their friends, and this is called peer pressure. Sometimes a friend may come and say, little boy or girl, or you are my best friend. Do you want to take a smoke, a puff? Do you want to take a drink or a beer? And them not wanting to feel bad, nor because they want to be friends with that person, they don't want to say no, and they end up taking it, and that is bad for them. Also, they want to earn extra money by selling drugs. Sometimes they sell drugs and they may feel nice that, oh, I am getting extra money. I can go and have some fancy thing, or I can go to somewhere and buy fancy bag or boots. But when they are caught, they will be punished. So it is not good to have any part in drugs, whether if you want to use it to feel good, to be excited, for peer pressure, to rebel. It's never ever good to use drugs. Always say no to drugs. How to avoid drug users? Let's look at a video.
Hey, Mr. Earl, I need some help.
Oh, hey, Lee, how may I help you?
I'm trying to figure out what to say for school. It is Say No to Drugs Week, and I have to talk in front of an assembly on what to do if someone offers you drugs. I don't even know where to start.
Well, I would start with peer pressure. A lot of kids are using drugs because of peer pressure.
What is peer pressure, Mr. Earl?
Peer pressure is when kids or people you know try to talk you into doing something that you don't want to do.
So like when Frankie keeps pushing me to go and play baseball. I can't even stand baseball. Like that?
Exactly. A lot of kids are introduced to drugs by people they know.
Well, what type of drugs are there, Mr. Earl?
Well, first, a drug is a substance that changes how your body works, like pills, syrup, drops, sprays, and injections. There are substances that are illegal, like cocaine, crack, heroin, or methamphetamines. Also, some legal substances are out there, you can find in a store, but if used in the wrong way, are harmful. For example, some people inhale substances like glue, gas from a car, paint from a hardware store, and stuff like that.
Yo, Mr. Earl, I have heard of some kids drinking a substance called alcohol and getting in trouble too.
Okay, there are adults that drink alcohol, but alcohol is a substance, but it's only legal for people over 21. That is because alcohol is a substance that can damage a child's body and is illegal for kids under 21 for a reason.
But how can drugs and other substances hurt kids?
They can actually make you hyper, speed up your heart, and even damage your heart, lungs, and other important organs inside your body. They also hurt people by damaging their brains, where it could cause somebody to go into a coma and not be able to wake up or even die.
That sounds scary. How do I say no if someone wants to try to get me to take drugs?
Look, Lee, I know it can be hard to say no to a friend or someone you know, but there are a couple of ways to say no. You can tell them why you have a problem with drugs, like they're illegal, or they're dangerous. You could tell the person offering you the drugs what would happen if you use the drugs, like they could get in trouble at school or with their family, teachers, police, things like that.
Or how about if I use drugs, they could make me sick or they could kill me?
That's what I'm talking about, Lee. There are illegal drugs that can hurt you, so you should feel confident by saying no when someone offers you drugs.
But what about those kids who may be afraid to say no?
Well, they should know that using drugs and abusing substances is not cool at all. Anytime you make a choice to stay away from a dangerous situation, never be afraid to stand up and make a good choice to stay healthy.
What should I do if someone uses drugs in school?
You should let an aide, a teacher, or a principal, anybody there on staff know. School should be a safe place to learn and stay drug-free. So remember, say no to drugs.
I'm with that. I'm down to say no to drugs.
Note, the legal age for alcohol in the video is 21 years. However, in Guyana, it is 18 years. In Guyana, when a child becomes 18 years old, you are called an adult and you're responsible for your own actions then. What to do if someone offers you drugs? Tell the person what would happen to their body if they take drugs. Let's see what can happen to their body if they take drugs. It can damage your heart, lungs, and brain. Do not give in to peer pressure and tell a trusted adult. If someone offers you drug, tell a trusted adult. It could be your parents, your teacher, an aunt, an uncle, even someone at church. It could be the pastor, it could be the pandit, it could be the mulvi. Tell a trusted adult. Do not take drugs from anybody. Why should we avoid drug users? We should avoid drug users because under the influence of drugs, that person can hurt you or steal from you. When that person is high on drugs or when they have used drugs, they feel differently and they may want to hurt you because they feel stronger, or if they want money to go buy more drugs, they can steal from you. They can also try to entice you to use drugs. That is like the peer pressure. How can you help a drug user or addict to stop using drugs? It's not nice when people are using drugs, and we as citizens, fellow human beings, should try to help those persons if we can. We should talk to the person about your concerns, educate the person about the negative effects of addiction, be positive and let your friend know that you are there for them, and help them stay focused on positive goals that don't include drugs. Support and acknowledge the positive things they do and achieve. For example, if they're doing well or they have stopped doing something or they have stayed away from drugs for a while, you can give them praise. That's what I mean when I say support and acknowledge the positive things they do. Get the person using drugs involved in positive activities. Example, joining a sports club or the library. If they are involved in a sports club and they will be playing cricket or football, volleyball or whatever, or if they go to the library to read, then they may not have time to use drugs. Participating in self-help activities. Maybe in the community you can come together to do cleaning, or if they are elderly persons, they can help them by doing their grocery shopping or help them to cleaning their yard. Those are all positive activities. Take them for professional counseling at the Salvation Army Rehabilitation Center or Help and Shelter. 2 places you can go for professional counseling are the Salvation Army Rehabilitation Center and Help and Shelter. If someone you know is using drugs, you can tell an adult you trust or choose not to try to use drugs. What have you learned today? Today we have learned reasons why people use drugs, why we should avoid drug users, how we can help a person who uses drugs. Now, I have a poem to share with you. And where you have I at the top and you have a line there, you have to insert your own name. So I'm going to use my name, and when you're saying it, you use your name. I, Parvati Kanai, pledge allegiance to myself and who I want to be. 'Cause I can make my dreams come true. If I believe in me, I pledge to stay in school and learn the things I need to know to make the world a better place for kids like me to grow. I pledge to keep my dream alive and be all that I can be. I know I can, and that's because I pledge to stay drug-free. Be smart, say no to drugs. Bye, boys and girls. We have now come to the end of our series of drugs. I hope you have learned and you put into practice what we have discussed in the lessons. Bye. See you another time.